So this is a brief tutorial to show you how you can use iMovie to edit your video project. So I'm going to go ahead and launch iMovie. And with iMovie, it's going to start wherever you left off. So if I want to start a new project, I can hit here and create new. And you're going to want to select movie. And so here I can look and see, okay, I want to import some media. So I'm going to get the files I want off my desktop. So here's the sound I want. I'm going to go in here, grab some videos to use. So there's the video clip, and once you've got all your media in there, you'll be able to drop it into your track here. So this is your movie track, and then up here is your viewing page. This is your timeline down here. So you can, this is where you're going to do all the editing and things like that. So let's see, I'm going to add another clip to this. So get this video I picked up from YouTube and put it down. So now I have my movie clips in here. Let's say, alright, so now I'm going to, I could split this. And this is how you can edit your raw video. So I've split my clip here. So that's directly now. And I can actually just pick this up and put it here in the middle in between the two of these. And in order to trim a clip, all you need to do is drag the trimming tool to where you want it to be. So if I'm clipping stuff off at the end, I start at the end of my clip and go forward in time. Whereas if I want to trim from the beginning, start here and go forward. And again, you can clip it or trim it however much you need to. And so now here I've got my 3 clips. And so what I want to do first is to add some transitions between the clips. So here's where you would look and see these are the different types of transitions that you can use to go between different clips. So if you're going to use one type of transition, you're going to want to use that same transition throughout. So that way it stays consistent and looks professional. You don't want to jump around between different effects. It'll just be too distracting. So at this point now I can also add backgrounds. So let's say I want to add a title. I want to add a title to my movie and I want to have it on a nice background page. So I'm going to put this down where I want it to be. And I can make this stay on the screen for as long as I like by adjusting the time that it appears like this. And now I'm going to add my title. So here there are different types of titles that you can choose from, and you can look through and see all of the different options. But again, you'll want to be consistent, so I'm going to pick this one. And so again, it'll open up and you can edit the text. So I'm going to use the same title as last time. And again, it'll adjust the size for you. So what you want to do also with text is make sure that the text effect stays on the screen for the amount of time that you want it to be there. So again, if you're looking at the text, let's say you want to just make sure you get that. you can move the player head over to where you want it to go as well. So I'm going to get more text. Just like yours. The tricky thing is sometimes that you have to make sure that it's for the length of time you want it to be. And again, you can adjust the size of the player as well, the track. So now I can adjust my title. There we go. So sometimes you might have to adjust the size to get the little titles to where you want them to be. And again, you can adjust going back. So that's really important also, is you want to make sure that the text is on the screen long enough for someone to be able to read it and understood what they've read. So again, you want to make sure it's on the screen for at least 30 seconds at the maximum, and then 10 seconds at the minimum. Now, I'm going to add my audio. So, again, with iTunes and you can use these different sound effects. With iTunes, though, you may want to stay away from using tracks like this because there are issues with copyright infringement, and you guys also have issues trying to open protected files. So what you want to do in this case is to get your own audio. So in my case, I'm going to use Purple Planet. And again, this is a free, royalty-free music site where you can get different music to use in your movie. So let's say I'm going to use this track. So I can download it here, and I can also listen. Obviously, I want to listen to each of the different clips to see what it's about first before you download it. So once I have that, I'm going to go to my desktop and grab it. So now when I go to my media, there it is. So I can just drop this right where I want it. And I'm obviously wanting to have it start at the very beginning. And since this is pretty short, I can just keep adding the clip so that it loops over and over again. And you can even, what you can do here is you can adjust the volume. So again, you'll want to make sure that the video volume is loud enough so that you can hear it, but it's not overpowering the music, or vice versa. So you can use this little tool here to adjust the volume, overall volume of a track. Now, if you want to have something fade in and out, you can use this little track here. So I'm going to make this a little larger so you can see what I'm doing. So what I did here was you can start the fade in or out wherever you like. So let's say I'm going to have a fade out, and this I could begin the fade out as early or late as I want. So I can adjust this. And you'll also want to, you can also do this here, is you can drag this, have it fade in or out as well. So you can do that as well with your video audio. and you could pair them up with the music audio to make sure that everything is kind of synchronized. So once I've done all that, I can also add a voiceover narration. So how to do that is you go to Window. You want to make sure that you've selected the clip where you want to record your audio, and then record your voiceover. So now you can see here's your input source, the volume. You can adjust the volume so that it's louder or softer. You could also mute the volume on the clips themselves. If you don't want to do that, you can check best. That's what I do. And I'm going to make sure that the volume is loud enough but does not overpower the audio on the video clip. So now I can start recording.
He learned to produce by his second birthday. He was an early talker. And so we started to
Welcome to Linguistics and Language Arts. So again, I'm done. So there's my little voiceover narration. So again, if you want to zoom in on this, you can. So here's the voiceover. So again, I can adjust the volume just like a normal audio clip, and like I can do up here, I can raise the volume up and down. You can also again have a fade in or out, and again you can set that to wherever it makes sense for you. And if you want to get rid of this, all you have to do is just delete. Just select the clip you want to get rid of, and then just click delete, and it's gone. And again, so there's my video project, my sample. So now what I'm going to do is I want to share. You can do sharing through YouTube. So I'm going to try that first. Okay, so let's see what's the use. You want to make sure it's public. Now, this is really important. Publishing videos longer than 15 minutes requires a verified YouTube account. So you want to make sure that it's a verified YouTube account that you're using. So once I've set everything that I wanted to set here, like my description, any tags you wanted to add and things like that, you click next and then click publish. Okay, and so again, depending on how long the clip is that you're using or how long it is, it might take a little while. And you could also add this movie to your computer and just upload it to YouTube that way.
So once you're ready to produce your movie, you can save it as a file. And again, you'll want to make sure you have put in a description. And what you'll want to do is check the resolution. 540p is okay, and low quality is fine if you're gonna, this is just an example, but you might want to, you can increase the quality and see how it affects the file size. And then you can choose to compress for better quality or to have it compress faster, faster. And then you click next. And then you'll want to save it as something you'll recognize, like I'm going to save it with my first name. And I would put my movie title in here too. Save it. Okay. And sometimes this might happen, so you can always add it to your computer. And then you'll want to check this progress bar here. You can click on it to see. There'll be a time marker, and sometimes it'll be large like this, but again, use an example that's rather long, so yours won't be this long. It might take, depending on the size of the file, it might take 20 minutes or up to an hour. It just depends. And if you have any questions, you can always let me know. So again, you can wait for that. You'll just need to take some time and be patient. But otherwise, it's pretty easy.